Yeah, this is for the negative people, you know what I mean, who goes by the assumptions of corporate wards, which is known as officers of the law or police. These are people who is called modern day slave masters and are promoting modern day slavery upon the common people, which they call the masses. Now, now for the regular people, if you are entitled to know that poison, you have $2. Yeah, if you're entitled to know what is poison, and you know if you eat poison, you will die, then you wouldn't eat it. Neither. Yeah. And if you know that if you got a disease that's very deadly, like for instance an AIDS virus or some other disease, and you do not seek the right proper procedure that would cure it, which is herbalists, or you go to the makers who create this disease to kill and take down the population, which is work that's been done by the elites, then you will have to die with it. So I don't think anybody want to die wrongfully or before the time. So you would avoid poison, or you would avoid catching a disease and making a careless run in your life. Now, this goes for the corporation called government. Government is a poison. It's a disease. It's a system that designed from slavery. And as brothers need to realize that,
this one here is two?
Same two. Brothers need to realize that you call yourself a police, you're not a good person. You might go within it as a reference to a job, but your job is an extortionist job, a job of a mercenary. You are doing a job of a robber and a thief. You are there fooling the masses and telling them about you're there doing a job to protect and serve. You're only protecting and serving, which is the higher monarchy of the system, which is the elites and the politicians who govern your state. And you never sit down to realize, how did a state created? A state was created from the slave masters who came and denationalized you and take your land. A government is a denationalized system. It is not a lawful system. It is not a good system. It is the slave system that pays you. And the same money you're getting paid for is the blood money of the masses, because the citizens are corporate wards. They are used as bonds and stock to restructure or redevelop the economy. These are just the fraudulence used by the government officials, which are called politicians. And these places that they go to borrow the money are places such as the IMF, London Stock Exchange, and the New York Stock Exchange. And do you want to know who is in control of these banks? These banks are controlled by the elites. This is a design by the slave system to control the regular people and the masses. Now, the reason for this is that you people who call yourself police will be enlightened to know that you're only doing an extortionary job. Your job is the job of a corrupted system. You think you're doing good, you're doing nothing good. And who you call criminal are only elements of your system, product of your society. Which means if your system never had been created, they wouldn't have been here in the first place. And in other words, to eradicate so-called criminal elements is to eradicate your whole system. Because it's your system that they strive and come off of. You know, because when the system implement the constitutional law to keep the common man down and to keep poverty and crime around, you make way that gangs and criminal elements arise. And when you take away the people's rights and privilege, where they can't do as they please and eat and sleep and be free, you create an environment for destruction. So everything that is created, the so-called criminal elements that strives within the society, are only a product of the society. If the society itself hadn't been created, they wouldn't have been here. Furthermore, I'm going to state this in a clear fact for you people who call yourself officers of the law or police. You're doing a criminal work. You're only promoting extortion, robbery, and genocide against your brothers and sisters. the laws that you said to uphold are only creating more destruction and criminal elements around the system. And for your information, you are what they call legal gangsters. You are the true criminals. You and your system that is called government. If you know poison is bad for you, you wouldn't eat it. And who do you think a government be? A government system is a criminal element system that only derived from 1496. The decree was signed 1491, but 1496 take place where they captured the lands and renamed the land and renamed the individual, creating a state, a constitution, corporation called government. So you, who's a police officer, you don't even know that you're an extortion man. And your laws and your system are designed to keep people poor and poverty and take away from the common man. You know what I mean? You take the people land and resources, and you might get the land and the resources. Look at the skin color in the places where our melanated brothers and sisters live. You are the same color of me, yet you're upholding the same slave system that derived from slavery. And you don't even have a conscious thought, a conscious mind to see what you're doing is wrong. You know what I mean? But for you, who would like a word of encouragement and word of enlightenment, take this as serious. What goes around comes around. And the elites have the objective and the plan of what they want. You're not even fitting in the bracket. You're just a puppet using to carry out the dirty work. And the politician knows everything because they sign documents with the elites to keep secrecy of what is going on right now. And you can't stop it, no matter what you try. And your so-called constitutional laws for your state that you're trying to uphold to keep the regular common people down is the extortion and the robbery system that is designed to keep poverty and destruction on the face of the earth. And I'm here to enlighten you as a police, a soldier, security forces of the law, that you are the extortionist. You are the criminal. You don't know this because you've been taught that you're here to do something good, but you're doing nothing good.
Like you're providing a good service.
You are providing a service to keep destruction on the face of the earth. Within you and your system and the constitutional law, you create the most destruction and the most hazardous environment for the normal man to live. If you and your system never had exist, criminal elements would not be around. For your information, in the natural world where the indigenous people come from, they only know love and unity. They do not divide themselves from each other. Neither do they kill nor rob. And there is no such thing as homosexual and all these negativity that exists within the society that exists today. These things are what created by the same slave system. How did a government and a state exist? Ask yourself that. It came around from slavery. So anything that came from bad cannot be good. And what you do in your notion every time in a judicial system, you call good bad and you call bad good. So you rob the marijuana farmers who's using the earth and the sustainability of nature to survive off of, and you tell them it's against your law. Who make law? Isn't it man? So who gave you the power to discriminate the plant and discriminate the man of using his method for survival and telling him it's against your law and making false documents stating about it to justify your acts that it gives cancer, it's long-term memory loss and all these illusions and all these things are lies. But no matter what you say, you can't justify the extortional jobs and the extortional work that you do as a police officer. It is not a good work. For your information, the reason I'm sending this video out is for you to get wise up and see that it's time for you to get together with us to destroy the system that is called government. You cannot be independent if you're not in a proper person, if you don't carry your original name which was meant for you by your indigenous descendants. If you're carrying a name that was handed down from a corporation which was created in the form of government, you are not independent. And you still can't be independent if you don't have your land and your resources.